Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now, I have not uploaded a cleaning video in a hot minute, and that's because I got so caught up with all this Christmas stuff and I wanted to upload a video every single day, and I asked y'all like in my last video if y'all minded or if y'all cared if I uploaded every single day, and no one really said anything, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna break my neck over it. So here I am back on my regular uploading schedule. And I'm bringing you a cleaning video. We're going to call this a holiday cleaning video because I needed to prepare my kitchen to get some baking done for some events that I have this weekend at the studio and stuff. So we got to get this kitchen cleaned up because it's not terrible, but I don't know about y'all, but I cannot like function in my kitchen when it is a mess. Like I can't. So do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and follow your girl on Instagram. I actually just created a second Instagram that is dedicated to my career as an ESL teacher and a brick and mortar teacher. I don't think I mentioned this. I'll mention it again in another video, but I am actually no longer going to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm going back out into the world. I am going to be a classroom teacher, and I'll talk more about it in another video, probably like in 2 or 3 more videos. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started with this cleaning. I am trying to just pick up as I go. So I'm like refilling my sugar and stuff like that because like I said, I have a lot of baking to do. I'm trying to take inventory of what I have so I know what I need to buy whenever I go to the store. And naturally, right in the middle of everything, Jace needs something because that's how my dude is. He was gunning for some cereal. My child's always half naked. I'm sorry. He always like has on like half of his clothes. He wants some Lucky Charms. I think Lucky Charms are disgusting, but he was gunning for some of those. So I made him a bowl of Lucky Charms. I typically don't let him eat in front of the TV, or I try not to, but because I was in the kitchen cleaning and because the kitchen is so small, he's like permanently in my way when he's in the kitchen. Same thing goes for Lola, so I try to just kind of like keep them out of the area that I'm cleaning. Now, I do use a drying mat, but I still have been using my dishwasher as a drying rack. I just have to clean it out all the time because I never invested in getting it fixed because we are going to be moving. I've mentioned this several times. It's probably like a couple more months out before we move. I looked at a house the other day. I'm not sure if it's the one, but I really like it. And of course, if you can see, I'm FaceTiming my mom. I FaceTime my mom like all the time. Like there's not a day that goes by that I do not talk to my mom. So that's what I'm doing here. I only had a couple of dishes. Like, oh girl, it's a miracle. Y'all know I usually have like a stack of dishes. Like I stay washing dishes, but today I did not have that many. It was quite lovely. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all enjoy the video. I'll pop in here and there to talk to y'all, but I'm going to try not to talk this entire video so y'all can get some inspiration and pop me on your TV or your tablet or your phone and get to tackling whatever area it is that you need to clean. Okay, so this thing that's right here, it looks like a torture device, but it's actually a beer tasting flight. My husband goes to school for craft beer and beer stewarding, so there's always a lot of beer and beer glasses in this house. So he has a little cabinet for all of his different beer glasses, but this didn't fit in there, so we have like a space on the top of the cabinet. So I had to hop up on the chair and put that up there so it does not get smashed, because this specific flight was the last one that the brewery that we went to had. So I try to keep it like away from harm, because I don't want to hear him cry if something happens to it, because God forbid. I had to open up the window for a little bit, y'all, because I was moving. I'm wearing a fleece sweater and it was getting hot. I think it was only like, okay, y'all are gonna think I'm ridiculous if you don't live in a cold place. It was probably like 15 degrees or something, so it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like in the negatives, so I felt okay opening up the window for a little bit. Now, I do not have, if you noticed, any holiday themed cleaning supplies, and I mentioned this in my last video. I have found that I am collecting too many things for the sake of videos, and I don't want to do that because it makes me feel very wasteful. So I got this cleaner like a few months ago, like months and months and months ago, and I need to use it. So that is what I'm using. I'm like using anything and everything that I have under my cabinet before I buy anything else. Now, my kitchen table is always a catch-all. I have like all my stuff here because I was doing some planning and taking some pictures of stuff and everything else. So I'm gonna put all of this stuff away because my kitchen table is just always where we congregate and where things end up. And if you notice, my coffee station, my greenery is no longer up there. I had to take down my greenery because the heater is on the floor, like behind the stove and the dishwasher, and some of the greenery was starting to dry out and it was dropping down there. And if you know anything about evergreen, they catch on fire very easily. So for safety reasons, I took it down. I don't know if I'll put anything back up there just because it's already so close to Christmas and I'll be changing things after the new year anyway. So I'll probably just leave that as is. The same thing goes for over here. I had Lola's bowl like right next to the entertainment center, and I didn't like it there because if I had to go in and out of the kitchen, she was always in the way. So I moved it over here, but I didn't like it there because I go in and out of the door that's to your left. Because that's where my classroom is when I teach online. So I wanted to move her from there, and also my wreath that's up there was shedding just a little bit, so I didn't want her to get any of the pine needles in her water or her food and for it to upset her stomach. So I just went ahead and moved her bowl and her mat and stuff over by the stove. that is all I have for y'all today. My kitchen was not that much of a mess, but I still needed to clean it, and I wanted to give y'all another cleaning video. So do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for the continued love and support, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.